Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian, and welcome back to Space Quest 1, the Sarian Encounter. Now you'll notice I'm starting back a little before where we left off in the last episode, and that's because I'm currently playing version 2.2, the one you get on Steam and GOG, and I'm doing that because I have a little correction to make from last week's episode, which was that if you go behind the building here and type in take leak, it wouldn't work, but it clearly does. I don't know what the hell possessed me to make that claim. I think I must have written it in the Space Quest FAQ back in the day, back in, 1995 or 6 or something, and never bothered to actually check if it could or not. So, you can't do that. Another thing you can do, besides the slot machine Easter egg that I showed in the last episode, there's another little Easter egg in version 2.2 that you can do that you can't do in the version I'm playing for you lovely people, version 1.0. You can see that this is version 2.2 because it says droids be us on the sign instead of droids are us. Haha, lawsuit. Another thing you can do is, in this version, you can type in Scott at any time, and this message from Scott Murphy, the writer of the game, will pop up. It says, "Hello, Roger Wilco. I've been expecting you. You're obviously a person of dubious taste. Drop me a line at Sierra and let me know if you've enjoyed playing." Just a little, friendly message from one of the two guys from Andromeda. Anyway, that will not work in the version that I am going to play now, which is version 1.0x, so let's head right back into the fray. Alright, so we're back, and we're outside the Deltaur, parked neatly outside the Deltaur. It's an impressive looking ship, isn't it? Before you lies the Sarian battlecruiser Deltaur, an imposingly massive ship. Now you understand why the Arcada was so easily overtaken. Your first instinct is to turn the ship around and head for home. But then you realize that unless you do something to try and stop the Sarians, there's an extra little sentence there will be no home. Alright, cool. So it's really up to us, even though we don't really want to be here. So what we do is we wear the jetpack that the nice salesman gave us in exchange for a skimmer. All we had to do was tell him to fuck off once, and that was it. You are now wearing the jetpack. A small control linkage snaps onto the back of your helmet, allowing you to control it merely by focusing on where you want to go. So we can exit the ship and, do our best to infiltrate a giant battlecruiser single-handedly. Whatever could go wrong with that? So, before leaving the safety of your ship, you instruct the little droid to set a course for Xenon, where you will rendezvous later, providing, of course, that you are successful in carrying out your mission. Once again, you are on your own. And this is one of the things I really like about, the Space Quest games, is that all the time, Roger Wilco just ends up on his own. He ends up in situations he doesn't want to be in. Ooh, listen to that. Nice bit of sound effect. And all he really wants to do is get home or get back to sleep or do whatever the fuck he came out. Yes, I know I'm supposed to go inside the door. I just want to have a little look around. A little look-see. Just to... Ooh. Yeah, the inhabitants of this vessel don't appear to appreciate your desire to sightsee. You have been transformed into space dust. I mean, but look at this shit. They made this whole screen and that fancy laser cannon that turned around and blasted your ass. And remember, this game had to fit on a very, very tiny little disc. Like, you would not believe the tininess of this disc. So I just think this is, impressive as all hell. Anyway, let's try that again. Okay, so this time, let's not go sightseeing. Let's instead... get through this door here. You grasp the large handle and twist, noting the rather significant amount of pain being registered. You're extremely grateful to hear a click. So inside we can go. As you enter the Sarian ship, the airlock door seals itself behind you. You try to open it again without any success. Roger's just like banging on it going, "Fuck, what have I done? Let me out." It appears that you are stuck here. Cool. Well, thankfully, I happen to know that any minute now, a maintenance droid is going to be walking through that door, and it is none too thrilled with the appearance of humans. It will at least trample all over us, so we'll just casually hide next to the door here, because, again, its peripheral vision is kind of like its masters, the Sarians. They just have... If it's not straight ahead, we don't see it. And here he comes, beautiful bouncing boy. Look at the droid. The squat little maintenance droid sure makes a disgusting array of noises, doesn't he? Yes, he does, but we have to be quick about this and head through the door before he closes it on us. God damn it. And here he comes again. Beautiful. Thank you, dude. I'm just gonna head through this door before it closes on me, and boom, we are in the room. the room of rooms. Now, the droid will not come back. I don't know if he just went inside the airlock to hurl himself out of it or not, but we are, in fact, on a timer, so it's time to stop dilly-dallying. Some Sarian guards will come through the door at any moment now. So, there are two ways out of this room. There's the easy one. I'm just gonna save my game here. There are two ways out of this room. The first one is to simply open the trunk in front of us and climb in. And boom. You climb into the trunk, the lit pound shot above you, and we just wait. We just wait for the nice people to come through the door and haul our ass to the next screen. You hear voices, muffled, then louder. You suddenly feel the trunk lift off the deck and the sensation of movement. After a few minutes, the trunk thuds to the floor, causing you to see stars in the darkness. The voices sound farther away, then gone. Boom, we're in the washroom. Easy peasy. And we can then open the trunk and get the fuck out. As you exit the trunk, you notice that you have lost your jetpack. Now, why he doesn't just rummage through the fucking trunk, I don't know if it dissolved on his back or anything, but anyway, we're here and we can now progress in the game. However, there is, of course, a much more elegant solution. It all comes down to elegance, of course, which is if we push the trunk over to the air vent, the conspicuously drawn air vent. We have to get rid of the jetpack because we won't fit through the vent, so we open the trunk, put the jetpack in the trunk, and close the trunk, climb the trunk, use our Xenon army knife that was in the survival kit, use the knife, and climb in vent. And boom, here we are. Now, that was a lot more steps, of course, so this way of solving the puzzle actually generates a lot more points as well. This may look a little mazy, but don't worry, it's actually disturbingly simple. All you have to do is climb up once and then go to your right. Although it does climb very slowly. Yes, good on you, Roger. Do some climbing. That's a nice little jig he's got going there. And he seems to float like a pixel above the walkway. But anyway, cool. We are now... Boom. Your nose has just been redesigned by your ill-advised attempt to insert it into a closed vent. Now, we can't use the knife again for some reason. You try to use the knife to pry open the vent, but are unsuccessful. Hey, that's not how you solve this puzzle. However, when all fails, let's resort to violence. He even does a little scrape down the hallway. It looks like you jarred it loose. Cool. So now we can... we have to open the vent. We just kicked it loose. We didn't actually open it. You know, you see in action movies, you kick a vent and it just clangs onto the floor. That's not how we do it in Space Quest lands. There's always an extra step. So now, boom! Here we are, in the washroom. Again, we're on a timer, so we'd better make ourselves a bit scarce. Let's open the washer, climb in the washer, and this is apparently enough to hide our asses. This dude does not see Roger just hands on the glass going, what the fuck am I doing here? Well, Roger Wilco, it certainly appears as though you're about to become all washed up. Oh, the puns they heard. Either that or this dude just actually saw you in there and just went, fuck this dude, and just hit the button and boom, off we go. Anyway, cool. You will notice we have now changed our appearance a little bit. Somehow you managed to survive the rinse cycle. As you emerge from the cleaning unit, you notice that you are dressed in a Sarian battle uniform. So it actually got in there, and yeah, I don't know how that works. What a stroke of genius. And what a stroke of convenience, really. Now you can wander throughout the ship without calling attention to yourself. Ain't that clever? So let's have before we exit the room we're in, let's just have a look around our uniform. In the pocket of this uniform is an alien identification card. The name on the card is Buxton Freem. You wonder if this is a common Sarian name. Well, it is. Pretty cute name, at least. So, we now have an identification card as well, and that will, of course, come in handy. So, let's saunter out and meet our fellow crew members. Our fellow, oh, dear God. Let's have a look at the Sarian. He appears to be armed and dangerous. I wouldn't mess around with him. Well, but he looks so serene. Now you can. Oh, that's a bit up close and personal there, dudes. Can we get even more up close? Yeah, there we go. That is violating some personal space right there. So if we talk to the Sarian, we actually get a point. Not that we really care about points, but the Sarian. The guard looks at you as though you look different somehow. Ooh, this message is randomized a bunch of times. So if we keep doing that. Just a tick. There it is. Do you own King's Quest II? Asks the nosy guard. And if we keep talking to him... There it is again. Have you played King's Quest III? You ask the guard. Roger, for some reason, asks him. Yes, responds the surprised guard. I just bought it last week. It was on sale for 128,000 buckasoids at Tiny's Holodisc shop. What a bargain! Now, those two plugs for King's Quest were not put in by the two guys from Andromeda. They were in fact put in by Ken Williams, the president of Sierra Online. And he put those in without the two guys knowing about it. And when Scott Murphy found out about that, he was pissed. He did not want Space Quest to become like a commercial for King's Quest. And I know they had the don't touch button in the, escape pod. Hello, little droid. How are you doing? But the King's Quest plug there, they got a chance to sort of make fun of Ken and Roberta in that one. And this one was just put in without them knowing about it. And I even erroneously thought that it gave you an extra point for getting to that part. But no, you just talk to the Sarians. There's a guardian droid. Let's do that again. There's a guardian droid here roaming the corridor. Fortunately, it recognizes you as a Sarian. Bit of foreshadowing there, because it won't for long. Now, it is random what is going to show up when you enter a new screen. Either it's going to be one of these droids, or it's going to be a Sarian guard, and that's all well and good, but in the future, we'll see why those droids in particular are not very fun. But hey, look at this. Well, it does look like a giant tic-tac-toe, but it is in fact the star generator. Except we can't see it very well from up here, but that's okay. Also, the guard. He looks to be armed and dangerous. I wouldn't mess around with him. That's just a standard response, but he's the burly type. He's the don't want to fuck with this dude kind of type. So, what we need to do is arm ourselves to the teeth. And that is exactly what we're going to do, because now we're in the armory. Hello, Mr. Robot. Welcome to the weapons dispensary. I shall assist you. Please supply me with your identification card. See, he needs that kind of voice, doesn't he? Welcome to the... No. This is a distinguished robot. Robot, in fact. Okay, so we show the ID card. Excuse me, I shall retrieve your weapon. And I shall get this gas grenade that you have lying here. Taken. Not stirred. And we'll patiently wait for the droid to return as we somehow melt into the counter. That's your 16-color EGA palette for you. Your rank allows you to bear 1 pulse ray unit. Remember, no firing in the ship, and he does mean it. Have a nice day. Now, I could send him on his way and get the second grenade, but I don't want to, because then, for some reason, then the robot notices that something is amiss, that you're stealing shit from it, and then he pulverizes your ass. Just straight up pulverizes you. So anyway, let's solve some puzzles here instead. Let's drop the grenade on this dude, because for some reason he's impervious to pulse fire. I actually don't know what happens if you try. I think he just laughs at you, or he shoots you first. I can't remember. What I'm going to do is just drop the grenade on his head and be done with that shit. So, the grenade drops to the floor, releasing its poisonous gas on the unsuspecting alien. Good shot, Roger. Well, all we did was just basically let it fall from our hands, but, yeah, well. Now, let's just mosey on down and set that self-destruct bitch to explode. Well, it's a self-destruct code anyway. But let's do that. And I'm sure that nothing of any, anything unfortunate could possibly befall us on the lengthy trek down there. Quite the roll, though, I must say. Aren't you the clumsy one? Because of your inability to walk without falling on your face, the helmet is now riding the elevator without you. You've blown your cover. The Sarians are sure to shoot first and ask questions later, and they will. Why you can't just, why it doesn't just come out the other end of the elevator? I don't know. Maybe the elevator goes down more floors. I don't know. That's not, we are not getting that helmet back. So, from this point on, I am going to be saving a lot, because, like I said, the people who enter the screen, whether they be droids or Sarians, is random every time, and the only way to get rid of the droids is to just really exit the screen and come back and let it randomize a new one. And if it's a Sarian, you have to really... I have my finger on the F6 key here, because the Sarians shoot fast, And there was no one here. Cool. He's not gonna pop up just out of nowhere, is he? No, the game is not... It's not gonna dick me around like that. The sirens don't actually follow you back and forth from screen to screen or appear randomly as they did at the start of the game. So I think I got lucky there. I still wonder what would happen if I just walked in and tried to pulverize this dude. But anyway, let's give him a good old search. You seem to have found a remote control device of some sort. It has only one button, not a bottle, labeled on and off. So we press the button, and that will dissolve the force field around the star generator. I forgot to read that text box, but I think you can manage. And we walk up to it, look at the generator. At the base of the star generator is a control panel of some sort. Well, let's have a look at the panel. Now, does anyone remember the destruction code? Because I do. It is burnt in memory. It is 6858. See? Without the mouse stopping. I am so awesome in my own head. Okay. Detonation cycle has begun. Well, maybe we should get the fuck out of here then. The star generator has come alive. The heat that this thing is starting to generate tells you that it's time to blow this taco stand, and it very much... Ooh, that's a very nice party beast, I must say. I mean, you could stick that in the center of any disco, and people will be, you know, having a merry little jig around it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Let's see if I can... There we go! Down you go, Sonny boy! Sonny Jim! Not gonna mess with me. I am just gonna hightail it the fuck out of here. So let's hope there's not a Sarian that's gonna stop by anytime soon. I'm just gonna get in this elevator. Thank you. Wow. That was kind of an easy escape. And onwards down to what apparently is the only escape vessel on the ship. I don't know why Sarians aren't just flocking through the elevator, but anyway. Let's have a look at the pod here. The ship is a one-man transport vessel. Wait, exactly where are we? It's the escape... the shuttle launch bay aboard the Sarian ship, and they have one escape pod. I mean, the Sarians... You're a young Sarian kid. You get offered your first command or your first station aboard some Sarian battlecruiser, and you're just going, wow, this is my chance to make my parents proud. And it's basically signing your own death warrant. Cool. The Sarians apparently don't... Well, they're not terribly smart, I guess. So, let's just get in the pod. You swiftly slip into the sleek ship. Try to say that 3 times fast. Fuck you, I barely got through it once. You swiftly slip into the sleek ship. You swiftly slip into the sleek ship. You swiftly slip into the sleek ship. Jesus. Second language. So, anyway, let's have a look around in here. Yes, I know I'm in the shuttle launch. Let's have a look at the pod. You frantically search for the, frantically search the control console for the launch button. Aha! There it is. Well, Jesus, maybe we should press it, you think? And off we go. And just in time too, because apparently that's where the star generator was located. And now it's located over there, and everywhere, and boom! Boom goes Matilda. So much for this ship. And... just a happy little bulge, and boom! We have now saved the day. Look, a nice little Alderaan exploded star just boop, off into the nothingness. The Deltaur has been blown to tiny fragments by the force of the star generator's blast. You have saved the lives of millions of your people, not to mention the lives of those in other systems. Don't get a big head. So it's off in our tiny little Sarian ship that, the government of Xenon somehow find very inconspicuous as you arrive, but out tumbles this janitor with the data cartridge in hand, and says, by the way, you don't need to worry about the Sarians. I got that. I got it, fam. Sorry, I promise never to say that again. Congratulations, Roger Wilco. You've rid the universe of the evil Sarians and saved your people from certain doom. The star generator technology is safe inside the data cartridge. Now, that would have been a problem if we hadn't taken the cartridge out of the computer back on Corona. That would not have been good. Now, a new star generator can be built and can carry out its original task. You're an all-round hero. You've made it home safely aboard the stolen Sarian craft, where you've encountered a cheering Xenon crowd and a gigantic wall of text. They have gathered together for a ceremony in your honor. The ceremony is already in progress. And my, don't they just look fucking happy, those people. Immobile little humanoid things there. Applause, and for some reason, they remain motionless. So anyway, well, the droid seems to be happy. As a token of appreciation, you are presented with a golden mop. Thank you, Roger Wilco, for cleaning up our galaxy, says the Xenon leader, and immediately slaps himself for making that stupid pun. Once a janitor, always a janitor. Okay, I don't know how effective a golden mop really is when you're, out cleaning shit, but anyway, that was the end of... Does that look slightly familiar? Well, it kind of looks a little Enterprisey, but I don't know. The Next Generation, I think, was a year away when this game was made. I mean, Star Trek The Next Generation hadn't even been on TV yet, so I think that's just a coincidence. But really, weirdness aside, weird remarks aside at least, that was the end of Space Quest 1, the Saren Encounter. And, well, I hope you enjoyed that, because there's lots more to come. I am, like I said, gonna play through the entire series, and we're gonna get right into Space Quest 2 Vohol's Revenge next. Now, don't worry, I am gonna play the VGA remake of Space Quest 1, but I am thinking of saving that for the end of the run, actually, because I also want to play the remake of Space Quest 2 by Infamous Quests, which, it's not done by Sierra, but it is a very, very faithful VGA remake of the second game. I kind of want to play those back-to-back, like after the series has ended. So we're gonna head right into Space Quest 2 Vohol's Revenge next time. So please, like, subscribe, do whatever you kids do. Just do leave me a comment, and I do really want to thank my buddy Danny for helping me out, recording those intros. His wonderful ass will also be back, his face mostly, will be back to introduce Space Quest 2 and the rest of the games in the series, so at least you have that to look forward to. Roger Wilco, Galactic Warrior, I don't think so. But anyway, thank you for playing Space Quest, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you around the Chrono Stream.